Hey there. I have officially migrated out of my Savor Life Planner, which is a 12-week undated planner with a ton of structure. I've done prior videos on it, so I'm not going to do a whole overview of what the planner is, but I wanted to show you the 5 weeks that I was in it, which I washied the week after I was done with it, so I know how many weeks I have free. One thing I just want to say was really such a brain saver was the planning pages in the beginning. These 3 tabs here are all sort of like long range planning, and I really loved my new testing of using Post-its over the answer areas. So like rather than have permanent answers here and then, you know, pop back into this planner later down the road and have these answers not be relevant, I tried to make it so that I can peel them out or cover them up, whatever, and use them again. So we're going to flip through here. Title page. I'm probably going to put the end date, and then I'll put another date down here for when this planner was in use. These are planning pages. Again, used Post-its. Post-its. These are clear Post-its, which I really liked using that option. That was really fun. It was easier to answer these questions too when I didn't feel a pressure to answer them in a way that would be relevant in, you know, some way, you know, months from now, or if I needed to come back into this planner. So I really liked doing it this way. I would really recommend, if you are an undated planner like Jumper, doing that overlay option for the planning pages. It just freed me up to answer the questions in a way that was right now, very specifically right now. It was easier to get through those pages without that anxiety about, oh, but what if I leave this planner and come back in 9 months and I don't have the planning pages? Now I do. And I've actually thought I will, if I do come back, I'll put my old answers back in this note section. I will just paste them in here so that I can look at them and do a fresh in the front. So I embellished this page. These were example pages. And it really bothered me that I couldn't tear them out because they're attached to usable pages. There was a page in the middle that I did tear out. These I just covered. I don't really use a ton of monthly spread. There's blank monthly spreads for the next time I'm in this. And then week 1. So this is week 1, sort of the overview page. This is the weekly vertical page. The weekend is on a separate page, closing, journaling ritual, project-y pages, and week 2. There are actually 2 of these and 2 of these, but I tore out the middle one because I didn't need it. On the weeks I didn't need it, I tore it out. On the weeks I did need it, I left it in. This is my weekly brain dump, reading for the week, weekly spread again. A lot of reflection here, weekend. Again, I tore out that middle page because I only needed 1 of these and 1 of these. Week 3, tarot reading, brain dump, weekly spread. This was my first week of online virtual school, a K-12 school for my first grader. So there's a lot of like first day, getting a little better, maybe this is hell, maybe this isn't hell. I tried to really track my reflections. So exhausted. I was sleeping a lot as soon as my spouse got home during this week. This is where I tried to keep track of the lesson plan, journaling prompts, notes, and ideas about how to best organize online school, directions for the laptop, testing out layouts, random notes. And then week 4 was the second full week of online school. These are ideas for the October List Watch 30 that I ended up posting the beginning of this week. My reading for the week, brain dump, weekly spread, new moon. The weekend reflection was a lot more relaxed. This is another version of trying to manage that online schooling schedule where I just sort of made another vertical and tried to keep track of some things. This gets a lot simpler as I get more and more comfortable. Like I made notes about how the day went. This gets much more simplified the more comfortable we got with school. Notes on, creating a daily checklist, notes from a teaching session for learning coaches, notes for a panel that I was on that week on implicit bias, movie project with a cousin. And then the last week in here, I didn't bother with this. I did migrate this stuff. I just didn't notate it here, bullet journaling style. The weekly spread, weekend reflections. I did these reflections keeping in mind that I wasn't going to be in the planner anymore. I also found a way to log school in a much more manageable, just organic way where I logged it as we went, kept track of whether I entered in attendance and saved. I scan the work that we get done every day so that I don't have to have a pile of papers. If you're interested in how I do that or my system for that, I would be happy to do a video on that. It's all in Apple Notes. Still workshopping that List Watch 30 that I eventually released. Voxer notes. I use Voxer for communicating. These are all just kind of ideas that eventually became List Watch 30. And there it is, a fresh week. Week 6 is where I can start fresh when I'm ready to. The planner is in really good shape. Lots of space to do this again if I need to. There are some notes on school that are scanned into Apple Notes, so I don't need to grab them out of here. I've got a pen test page, plenty of stickers left. I didn't use a lot of them. Pen test page. I started a recommendation list because I have this in the back of almost any planner when somebody mentions something and recommends it. This got migrated into the one in my Hobonichi. And that's it. That is where this planner is at. All tidily set up for popping into the next time I need it. And then it'll go into a pile of planners that still have some space in them. I really feel like I found a good system here that works for me. And now I'm back in terms of like going into an undated planner and then exiting it cleanly where there's a lot of space left to use. I've gone in and out of a Savor Life planner before, and those front pages always really bothered me. Now I've got a good system, and I really did a good job of like closing up the week and not starting a week that I didn't finish. I really did a good transition there that felt good. It feels like this planner is still very, very usable if I need it again. And then I am back in my Hobonichi, which I will probably be doing a flip through of this soon as well. Still logging school. I can share all of that in another video though. This is phase 1 of using this particular, the black cover Savor Life planner. What are you using right now? I love to look at other people's planners. So wherever you're watching this, let me know where I can see what you're using because I love looking through people's planners, and hopefully this was as enjoyable for you as it usually is for me to look at other people's. I will see you in my next one.